Good morning. Time to wake up. Come now, that's it.
The inn. Again.
And the Great Chasm?
The taint has yet to lift from the sea, if the view from here is any indication.
So we've been to, let's see. 5 worlds now, correct?
Just what is happening to us, Aerie?
Sorry, but I can't really explain it either. Well, no point in trying to think through the unthinkable. We'll just have to go awaken the crystals here in this world, too.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Ahoy!
Hello there, friends, and welcome back to more Bravely Default. Last time, we awakened all of the crystals in Chapter 7 and entered the Holy Pillar, leaving us here in Caldisla once more. How many times was this? 5th? Oh my goodness. Anyways, this is a familiar sight. There's nothing new for us here. The sea is rotted, the earth is breaking apart, fires are running rampant, and the wind has stopped. We know what we must do, and, of course, first things first, let's go ahead and check up on Rainday Village. It's so nice to be both done, but also it's a little sad that we're done with this. Obviously there's only items we can get from villagers now, which is, it's the end of an era, you know? But I've said that many times. Let's go ahead and read this party chat. Are we dreaming? I wonder if we aren't all in a dream right now. I mean, the Great Chasm is still open, and the sea is back to the way it was before. How else would you explain it if we weren't in a dream? But if you don't normally know you're dreaming while you're in the middle of a dream, right? At least, when I dream, I don't realize it until I wake up. Do you mean a dreamlike state, like a trance or such? Or do you mean an actual dream? Idia, would you mind kissing me on the cheek? Why? Don't think you can have your way just because this is a dream. No, don't take it the wrong way. I want to check whether this really is a dream or not. Now, I'll just close my eyes while you pucker up and plant one right here. Ouch! The pinch test is how you check whether you're dreaming or not. Alright. This isn't a dream. Long live the Glutton Queen. Oh no. Ah, Caldislan seafood cuisine is positively divine. Each one is a festival of freshness, so juicy and full of flavor. Oh, my mouth won't stop watering just thinking about it. It must be so nice to live in a port town. Idia, your appetite is beyond impressive. It's downright scary. Grilled Caldislan mackerel, buccaneer marlin sauté, tricolor crab steamed right in its shell, stewed buckler flounder, sweet salmon sashimi, roast king tuna. Not only that, she said the gold cod stew I ordered looked delicious, and then ended up eating over half of it. She even ate the fried broad cutlass fish I was unable to finish. How could you possibly eat that much and live? How does your stomach feel right now? Just a bit uncomfortable. I'm more worried about how far my belly is sticking out. Well, you're a growing girl. You'll work it off as long as you stay active. What? I forgot about the grilled squid! I bet it's positively divine. Come on, let's go. Hurry! I think she really means it. I can imagine those two conversations, the one about us dreaming about, you know, the fact that we've been to multiple worlds, and then the conversation about the fact that Idia eats too much, happening literally back to back, like it was showed to us. That seems pretty accurate with this group. So we're back in Caldisla. Let's look at the things that have not changed at all. Ring a Bell's old house, still burned down. Okay, cool. Are you still gonna be talking about the water? Yep, you're still talking about the water. Let's go ahead and check out the gravestone. Let's see if any of the members of Narende may have survived the chasm's opening.
The Norendi Village Memorial. No one survived.
Unfortunately, this is a repeat of Chapter 7, where no one lived. Not Till, not Tiz, no one. If you haven't noticed already, I have changed my jobs. It's a bit of a cut from an earlier scene, but don't worry, I'll go over it in just a second. Let's go ahead and visit the king. Maybe he has some new information for us. But there's also a decent chance that he doesn't.
Welcome, travelers from afar. Welcome to the kingdom of Caldisla.
I thank you. I am Agnes Oblige, Vestal of Wind.
Oh, the Wind Vestal? I am honored to make your acquaintance. But tell me, what brings a Vestal to this land?
We come to learn more of the Great Chasm.
Then you do us a great favor. But beware, foul creatures, the hands of the duchy, and other dangers prowl the roads.
Ah, yes, the hands of the duchy. Totally not the guy cosplaying as Alternus Dim, a member of the Council of Six, right behind the Vestal of Wind. Who knows? Whatever. The king has never seemed to be all that bright, though his heart is in the right place. Anyways, there's not really anything for us here in Caldisla. No new gear, nothing. So let's go ahead and head outside and look at the bottom right screen. Once again, our sub-scenario locations are slightly different, and there are even less of them now, only one in each major area. I am certain that you can put together what that means. But we'll go ahead and just show it off real quick anyways. So let's go ahead and head over to the Latano Villa. We haven't been here in a little bit. And deal with the Caldislan sub-scenario.
All divisions, brace for the Vestal's attack. Defend the hold and avoid bloodshed wherever possible. Upon capture, she's to be treated with utmost respect and care. Those were really the Grand Marshal's words?
They were, based upon the unanimous decision of the Council, no less.
Where's the sport in that?
Can't be helped, Barris.
I'm with the big ox. That sounds dreadfully dull. I'm sure our little firebug agrees.
Watch your tongue, White! I'll have the respect I'm due as your elder.
What did you just say?
Yes. How boring. Terribly boring. Awful, really.
Enough. This is an order from the Lord Marshal. The Vestal's to be given the royal treatment. In our own fashion, of course.
Now, I clearly told you.
You did. We have our orders, and your role as messenger is done. Not your fault if we take a bit of creative license in following them. Now is it? Unless you'd care to join us, I'm certain we can make room for one more.
Yes! Yes! Stay and punch things with us, Alternus! Punch them darkly!
I don't... Look, I have other orders to relay. That is my job. I ask that you do yours.
Stop your worrying, Dim. The Vestal and Adia will be received in grand fashion as ordered. Now, you said it yourself. You've important work to do. Go on. Shoo!
Okay, so stop for a second. This is very curious. So, first, the Alternus and the Council of Six have unanimously decided to not hurt the Vestal upon capture and to treat her with the utmost care. One, really interesting that Victoria decided to agree with that. But the other thing is that that's very different from a lot of the other worlds. Now, we have examples of them not wanting to hurt Agnes upon capture, but never, like, treating her with the utmost care or wanting to give her the royal treatment. Which, you know what? This is already off to an interesting start. But the other thing is that they already know that Adia is accompanying Agnes here, which begs the question of whether or not they already know that Grand Ship has landed here in Caldisla, which means that we're from another world and they recognize that, or maybe it's something like the Agnes and Adia of this world have already joined forces and they think that they are coming over to deal with the Sky Knight. Either way, it honestly doesn't really matter, but I think that's just an interesting point to think about. Now, I guess while I climb up this dungeon, I might as well go ahead and discuss my build. So I have Ringabel as Spirit Master White Mage. The main reason why I have him as that is this is a very standard, traditional build to run for a healer. Spirit Master provides a lot of buffs and elemental immunities and whatnot, and also has a aptitude for white magic, so they are a very good heal bot. This is actually a job combination that I have avoided for most of the playthrough because it's fairly common and pretty standard, which is a little ironic because I've been running Ninja Spellfencer, which is also pretty common, but regardless, I wanted to avoid this build specifically, but I thought I might show it off today because it is a pretty popular build, and I wanted to showcase why. I'm going to go ahead and heal up just real quick, and then I'll talk about the 3 remaining jobs. Agnes is on Red Mage. Of course. Why would she wouldn't be on anything else. She's running Time Mage as her job command, and she's going to be having Group Cast All and MP 20% up. Agnes is not going to be my healer at all this time around. She's going to be mainly buffs and debuffs. She's going to be leaving the healing to Ringabel, which is going to be pretty much his entire job. Tiz is on Dark Knight, and he's running Miscellaneous as job command. No, we will not be spamming Rage. Instead, we'll be spamming Dark Nebula. Sacrifice 20% of your maximum HP to unleash a dark physical attack on all allies and enemies that deals 4 times the damage of a conventional attack. Now, real quick, I'll be using the Muso no Kami for most of his abilities, but for this first action, I'm actually going to give him the Bloodblade. Because I want to give him Drain, and where he can basically spam his abilities all he wants. Actually, do I want to do that? No, I don't think he really needs the Bloodblade, honestly. Why not? I'll just give him the Muso no Kami. Anyway, he'll be spamming Dark Nebula, and thanks to Ringabel's ability to cast Enigma, which will nullify all elemental damage, it won't hurt us at all, the Dark Nebula attack. So that works perfectly fine for me. And then Idia is on Vampire. She's going to be running the physical-focused vampire build that I have showcased a few times in Chapter 7, where we cast Drain on her weapon, and then she begins spamming various genome abilities to do pretty decent damage. I wanted an entirely AoE-focused build for this setup, for this encounter, mostly because, as you can see, we have to deal with Heinkel, and Heinkel's a pain in the butt for single-target builds. So, we're going to be running this. I do find it funny that Alternus left, and we're going to be immediately walking into this encounter with someone who very much looks like Alternus. So I guess he is kind of part of this fight.
Hail, Wind Vestal and company! I, Knight Argent Heinkel, and my Sky Knights, challenge you to battle!
Heinkel, if you'd only listen,
Idia.
He's right, Adia. One look at his eyes tells you diplomacy will get us nowhere.
Seems the great Vestal's as wise as they say.
Jeez, why is everyone so bloodthirsty? What a pain.
That's what I'm saying!
All right, let's begin! Behold the joined might of the Knights of the Eternian Sky.
And here we go. The gimmick of this chapter is we're going to be fighting every single Eternian force all together. So, for our first encounter, we're fighting the full might of the Eternian Sky Knights. Fighting all 4 of these individuals is pretty interesting. We already kind of had a glimpse of this in the previous chapter when only Holly was absent. Adding Holly to the mix makes it to where dealing damage to these guys can be fairly difficult. But I would suggest mostly focusing on just trying to stay alive, first and foremost, but mostly try to raise your physical defense as much as possible. Ominous can be a bit of a pain in the butt with his magical attack power, but as long as you have someone who can mitigate ailments or increase your magical defense or something along that line, you honestly should be pretty okay. Speaking of which, we're going to be casting Shell immediately. Our physical defense is actually pretty good on this build, so I don't think I need to worry about immediately dying in the first round or so. We're going to cast Drain on Idia's weapon. We're going to slow things down here. Honestly, the biggest threat here is still Ominous, as he has access to AoE abilities. So does Holly, but not to the same degree. They're hurting Anya's here pretty bad, but thankfully I am pretty fast, so I should be able to get my actions off pretty quickly. I'm gonna have Ringabel actually heal here, but I want to try and get Enigma off as soon as possible. So we're going to have him cast Enigma and then immediately Kirada. I don't think I need to use Kiraga, because that'd probably be overkill. And then I'm going to have Anyas also cast Re-Raise on our team. And then I'm going to have Tiz just default for right now. And then Idia, we're going to have her cast the Genome ability on Ominous. Actually, yeah, we'll have her cast Curse on Barris, so that he is not going to be as much of a threat. All of our elements are nullified. We get the full heal. Now, obviously, Ringabel's going to be out of commission for a little bit, but that's okay. We can be okay until then. Thunder is not going to do anything to us. Arrow's not going to do anything to us, so all we have to worry about is physical attacks. Anyas here is actually going to Brave once. We're going to cast Protect, and then let's go ahead and cast Haste to just guarantee our speed. And then Tiz is going to go ahead and begin spamming Dark Nebula. And then we're going to just mimic that so we don't have to lose any more HP. And then Idia, we're going to have her cast the ability... Where is it? Not Fireball. Where is it? It's Firestorm? Firestorm on all foes to lower their physical defense. There we go. Everyone's physical defense is now lowered except for Heinkel's, thanks to his buff with Shield Strike. Silence, that's fine, I guess. We're immune. And here comes Dark Nebula in just a few actions here.
Is that all you have? All I feel is a slight breeze.
We're immune to everything with darkness, so Dark Nebula is going to be doing maximum damage to them while doing pretty much nothing to us. We can just spam that and deal pretty good damage without any real issue. Physical attacks become our main problem, but that's okay. We can work around that. We're going to go ahead and raise everyone's physical defense again with Protect. And then Tiz is just going to go back onto the offense with Dark Nebula, as he only has to expend his HP once, and then he can immediately mimic it again. And then Idia, we'll have her go ahead and just cast White Wind to top everyone else off. White Wind, hopefully with haste we can get our Dark Nebula out as soon as possible. Alright, cool.
Off come the kid gloves.
I think I might have accidentally skipped Omnis's dialogue there, but then again, who cares?
Your ambitions will be dashed upon my rocky abs.
I don't know, guys. You're not doing so hot. 3 of them go down in one action. Holy...
Magnificent. Milady has grown strong.
Okay, Tiz, my guy, you are wrecking house. Holy moly, we took them down in pretty much one fell swoop. I wasn't exactly expecting this build to be that strong, but hey, I'll take it. So, Turbo Ether, Lilith's Fraud, 3 Turbo Ethers, an Elixir. Okay.
Seems the battle is ours. By a hair, I can hardly move.
No kidding. I'm absolutely ragged.
Come now. The Swordmaster's training sessions are worse than this.
Fighting one-on-one and fighting with a group are completely different animals.
Captain, our transport's arrived! They've sent us a shiny new airship! Ominous is already on board, and Holly is asking if she can bring her bed with her.
Well, Lady Vestal, Adia, I'll confess I have no idea what it is you're trying to accomplish. But the Grand Marshal seems to have some inkling. It's time we return to the Duchy. May we meet again sometime, somewhere. I'll be ready to give you another working over then. Come ready for a real challenge.
Yes, sir. Until then.
Well, they're awfully friendly this time around, or maybe it's just because Tiz gave them a huge beatdown. But either way, yeah, the Eternians are very different this time around. Let's go ahead and just heal up Idia's ailment right there. That's gonna annoy me. There we go. Okay, so that build worked way better than I anticipated, but this gives us a pretty good idea of what we're going to be dealing with here in Chapter 8. We're going to be fighting every single member of the Eternian forces on their own team, fighting them all at once. So that means we'll be going up against the entire merchantry, the entire Blood Rose Legion, all at once. So that gives us a pretty good idea of what to expect. And next time on Bravely Default, I think we'll go ahead and chart our course for Florsheim areas, where we can take down the merchantry and the Blood Rose Legion. So, with that said, I'll see you soon.